This is a succulent that does not like a lot of sun. It's only able to take this area here because it's winter time, but in the summertime I will have to tuck this in to bed because it's not gonna like it here for too long. This plant might be more able to take the area. I had lost this plant and I went to my local nursery and they had it. Yeah, as I was saying, I got to ask a question. And they had it, so I picked it up. I had taken a piece of it so that I could show it to them. And when I came back, it was right there for me. And you see how it's dropping all those little things there? You guys, that is would be a bunch of plants. That's the way they procreate. They just like to take over the world if they can. You know, if the world is available, this particular succulent likes to take it. I've never seen it flower for me. Okay. And here we have my planter. This is my creeping Charlie. This is my pelargorum. Then we have daffodils and tulips. I don't think I see anything else right now, but I probably have some other stuff tucked away under there. And then here is my canna. Looks like it's died, but the bulbs are fine, so it's hanging in there. Yeah. And this right here doesn't look alive, but that is the plant right there, growing around the greenhouse and providing decoration. This is rubies and pearls. This takes over too, and it has grown like a head of hair. It's long hair. It's like at least 3 foot, and these yellow flowers, it started bearing them at some point, and it keeps them all the time. I sometimes see bees looking at them, but they don't seem too excited about them. But they do come and check. These are some seeds I planted, and you may have seen them, or you may not, depending on when this video comes out. Daffodils and tulips, of course. I'm doing the tulip and daffodil show. And then there's a canna. Here is a pelargorum. Looks like it's about to flower. How exciting is that? I get most of my pelargorums from the park. When I go there, if they have any new ones that I like, I just take a piece, and eventually I have a pretty pelargorum. Another pelargorum in flower. I'm starting to like these ivy leaves in my pot because they hang down and they look so pretty. I got some seeds, so I can grow some new ones from there and see what I get. This is a geranium. This one likes a lot of water. Very finicky about conditions. Up until it started raining, it wasn't doing good. In fact, it was dying. As soon as it starts raining, here it comes back to life. So it's a great one if you live in an area with a lot of rain or it's humid or stuff like that. I don't know how to do in the heat, but it likes water. And it's got tulips in the pot. Here are my seedlings. What have I got here? Oh, this is my spegarella. This is like a broccoli, but you eat the leaf. And I love this. I've got bunches of it. Yeah, everywhere. These are probably some cabbages that I started. This is hollyhock. It's probably some either cabbages or rutabagas or something. I bought this from Florette's sale when she was selling other people's plants in addition to her own. This is a beautiful coxcomb that's supposed to have white and pink flowers, and it seems to be doing pretty good with my winter. So it's putting on a few new leaves. I think I'll need to transplant it soon. And some lysianthus cropped up in there that I didn't know was underneath there still. And there's other stuff. Here's one that got turned around in the storm, but I'm sure it'll figure its way out. These are Mrs. Maryland, which was another interesting variety. And more of the coxcomb. Then we got some cabbages here that need to be separated with the onions, but I'm gonna let them get a little bigger. Maybe I'll plant the clump and separate them when they get even bigger. I don't know. This is my golden Pelargonium. It puts on red flowers. Underneath there are some tulips. This is my elephant staghorn fern. It's very sculptural. This one is miniature. It doesn't get big like some of the others. I do want to put it in a bigger pot though, so I want to get some bigger pots and put it in a bigger pot. I like the way the birds planted this, and I love that plant. It seems to always be in flower, and it's pretty agreeable that it grows very well there. I got some marigolds, some sweet peas, and a pelargonium, along with some daffodils and tulips in this hanging basket. In a previous video, I showed you this planter from the outside, but I want to make this planter look like, I think this planter is more spectacular. So I'd like to get this planter to look like that by getting another staghorn fern. I wonder if there's a way I can snitch off some of my staghorn and put it in this pot, because I really like the sculpturalness of this plant. And this plant here has never given me, I put this plant in here to give me a show. It's yarrow, but it maybe it's not ideal. It barely flowers for me, and it dies back every winter and comes back about now. I got some flowers in there and some succulents, different types. They flower too. All those succulents in there flower. These are my winter crops. More of that broccoli I like, the spagulina. I grow a lot of that. That's wheat. This is cabbage, lettuce, probably my drunken-headed fizzy lettuce, because that's my favorite, so it's got to be around here. Some onions. I don't know what this one is. Looks kind of like mustard greens. So, yeah. And this is a specialty pelargonium that I'm happy I got a cutting from. I bought the plant and it's in the front, but I got this little cutting here because I like that fancy leaf on there. And I showed you my one cauliflower. This has, it's digesty. It's got that nice ruffled leaf. I want to put it out in the garden, but I'm just thinking it's so tender, everything will want to eat it. But in another week or so, I'll have to go for it. Yeah. Get it out in the spring garden. Some pelargoniums. Down here we have some cabbages that probably are Brussels sprouts, the way they're growing, probably Brussels sprouts. You see how they have a longness to their leaf, and they need to be transplanted. I don't know what, oh, that looks like lettuce and some other things. That these are all in the cabbage brassica family. This looks like Brussels sprouts too, the way it's got that long leaf coming up there. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm all for it. I love Brussels sprouts. And I don't know what this one is either, but it's a cabbage. And those look like lettuces. This is the other side of this planter. This plant flowered all fall. It's a fall flowering plant. Gave quite a show. And I showed you the rubies and pearls hanging out on the other side, but there's some here. Whenever this goes into a pot, it immediately seeds into the pot and drapes off the edge of the pot and just grows. It would be a nice ground cover if I would allow it to take over like that, but I just don't. But I do enjoy it, and it flowers all the time, so it's nice and reliable. See, it's got flowers everywhere. And that is my greenhouse. I hope you guys enjoyed it. God bless you.